Oh, yeah. Yeah. What's up, everybody? This is this whole Mr. Podcast with Yahshua and Margarita. I'm Yahshua.
And I'm Margarita.
We're coming at you. I know it's been a little minute since we came at you, but you know, we that's how we are. So, so yeah, I want to get you guys. My baby looking all sleepy, as you can see in the video here. Look at her, droopy eyes.
Yeah.
She's not in the mood. It's okay. But we had a few things that we want to tell you guys. So, you know, we have some important informations. And not important. We have some exciting informations. And just to touch base on, let you guys know what we've been up to for the last, what's it been, about 3 weeks maybe since we touched base? So, yeah.
The Bengals Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, we lost, so I guess whatever. So yeah, we just want to touch base and let you guys know what's been going on. Let me see. Since then, let's see. Bengals lost.
I'm pregnant.
But
You see how he laughs? What if I actually was pregnant and I was announcing it and he didn't know? He just laughed.
I'll just be like, I don't know. Can't remember what I'm about to do. So yeah, Bengals lost the Super Bowl. I got my car fixed.
Finally.
Cost an arm and 3 legs.
Yep.
But yeah, it's working good. Haven't had any issues. I could drive it for more than 5 minutes without it cutting off for me, and feeling pretty good about that fact.
Tell him what it was though.
Oh, oil change. Dun dun dun. So yeah, they changed the calipers. Well, I had a brake issue and the cutting off issue, so they changed the brake calipers because they were leaking. I got 2 new front tires and oil change. So yeah,
And a sensor.
yeah. So yeah, now my car's working good. I can drive it now, so that's pretty dope. What else? I got a new phone. Like about a week ago. Was it a week ago? 2 weeks ago? Something like that. My phone had pretty much bit the dust.
Literally, his car bit the dust and his phone at the same time.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like, I cracked my screen, and then it was just like, I was like, all right, it's cracked, whatever. I have to get a new phone when I can. But then the phone just started bugging out. Like, it'd be just touching and doing shit on its own. And I was just like, well, I guess I absolutely need a new phone now. My phone would I'd be sitting there, and it'll just like switch apps and start scrolling and touching shit. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on with my phone. It's have a mind of its own now. So so I had to get a new phone. I went from an XR to 13. So
Pro Max.
So that was a sizable jump, right? Because it went XR 11, 12, 13. So I usually only upgrade every few years anyway. I went from the quickest update I did was a 7 to an 8, I believe. And then I went from like an 8 to an XR, which was a couple models later, and then from an XR to a 13. So every couple years, every few years. I'm not like every year I need a new iPhone type of person, because I just don't. They don't do enough. Or I'll say that I don't use the features that make people want it, I guess. Or some people just want the new shit because it's the new shit. And some people want the new shit because they actually use the new features that come with it. Me, I'm just like, when my phone stops being a phone, I'll get a new phone. So that's the kind of wave that I'm on. Like certain stuff I like new and want to hop on. Like, yeah, I want to get that. But phone is not one of them, because I literally I'm on Instagram, like YouTube, texting, Facebook, like playing a couple games maybe, but that's about it. Like, I don't, like, if it says like, oh, it has a new measuring tool that can blah, blah, I'm never going to use that. Or if it, all those new features it says it does, and now you can do this, you can do that. I'm just like, yeah, but I'll never use that. So it's just not that important to me. So yeah, but I got a new phone and a new plan, or a new company, or what's it called, provider. I'm with AT&T now, so I moved from Sprint / T-Mobile to AT&T. And I mean, I think it does all right. I mean, I don't have any complaints so far, so I guess it does cool. I guess now I'm 5G. I wasn't 5G before, so I guess now I'm a 5G person. You 5G? So yeah. Now, drum roll. What's the news?
I'm pregnant.
Oh, we need to get our cricket sound. Do we get rid of it? Let's go.
Wow. But no, I put my 2 weeks in, and I got a new job.
Yay! Where you working, baby?
I am now working at Children's Hospital as a behavioral health specialist.
Yeah. that one already stopped.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you finally got your, dream job, if you will.
Yeah.
And back in the company that you want to get back into, so you can get good health insurance and all that good stuff.
Yes.
So, my baby was so excited. She hit me up. First, she texted me and was like, I was at work. This was Friday?
Yes.
Thursday? Friday? Yeah, Friday.
Friday.
And she was like, baby, I got good news. And usually we joke.
And you see, look.
Usually we joke like that to each other. I'm like, I got something to tell you. I love you. So I thought she was going to do something like that. She's like, I got big news to tell you. She was like, are you free? Can I FaceTime you? And I was in the bathroom at the time. I was on break. So I was like, yeah, sure. And I FaceTimed her, and she was just like, her face was all like this.
It was not that big.
Was it?
Nope. It was this. It was like.
She was like, I got a job at Children's. Like she said, the lady.
Oh yeah. So what happened was, it was a journey. So if y'all didn't know, last year I was deemed not a rehire, at least till a full year, because according to them and the way my manager put me under
bullshit.
I gave her actually 15 days notice. But it was a really bad snowstorm in the 2 weeks that I give, or the 15 days that I gave her, and I had to call off. And because I had to call off, they said I didn't work my full 2 weeks. Mind you, I gave them 15 days. We're going to leave it as that.
And after the call off for the snow day,
I still went to work.
You still worked for like 10 more days after that, like 10 more shifts after that day. So it wasn't like that was like her last day of her 2-week notice or anything like that. Or she, didn't come back. Some people put their 2 weeks in and then call off a bunch, or just don't show up and just stop coming. Like, no, she called off maybe like 2 days after she put in her 2-week notice. And then still worked like 10 shifts after that.
Yeah.
But since she called off within her 2-week notice, you have the right to put them down as a no rehire or some stupid shit.
Mind you, I've done so much for this lady and for that department. So I'm not going to get into it because I think we have a couple pods ago, and I think I talked about it then. But I basically had to, which I was very devastated and I was very hurt because I had 2 jobs offers to come back to Children's. One of them was a behavioral health specialist. I interviewed with the lady. She really liked me, and she was offering me a job. There's another lady that I talked to. I've interviewed actually twice with her. For the first time I interviewed with her, she only had a part-time, and I was looking for full-time. Then she called me, emailed me, and said, hey, I have another full-time position. Do you want to take it? I said, I interviewed with her. She was literally about to give me a job. And it was through her that I found out that I was not eligible for a rehire. They actually spent like a week and a half trying to go to the higher ups. We went to the higher ups and like, hey, I need to explain to me, like, it does not make sense. Like, it was a snow day, and it's not like I didn't work any of my other days afterwards. And they were like, even they were confused as to like why it was considered not a rehire, even though I still worked the other days. Like, it's not like I just left and never came back. So they basically said it was not a rehire, so I had to wait a whole year. The year is 2022, and this is the year that I was eligible to rehire for Children's. So I started putting applications around like I think that last week in like the last 2 days in January, I started putting applications and I got some feedback and they're like, okay, yeah, we want you to do the pre-interview stuff. So I did that. And it was like 3 weeks I haven't heard back. And I'm like, all right, so maybe I'm still not eligible for rehire. So I call HR. The first time I called, no answer. Every time I called, it was like, oh, HR is not here. HR is not here. And I'm like, where the heck? Like I called different days. So then I finally was like, you know what? Let me just call. This is the day that his car had finally just went. It was done. It couldn't go anymore. He was like, we need to call AAA so that we can tow my car to the company. I was like, all right, cool. So that day I was like, you know what? I'm just going to call. Call the first time. The lady I spoke to was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to send you to this person. Sends me to this person. The person like he didn't even care either. He was just like, well, I'm going to send you back to HR. I'm like, I literally just called HR. They sent me to you. Like, I don't understand why it's big deal. So sends me back to her, back to the lady. The lady just like, they pick up and hang up. And I'm like, what the heck? So I'll call again and I get a different lady. This time this lady was like, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send an email and you're going to hear back from these people. I said, well, I want their number. And she's like, well, I don't have a number. They don't have a number, but I'm going to get your number and your email and I'm going to put it in the email and see, what happens. And I said, okay, so what do I do if I don't hear back? And she's like, well, just keep calling this number, keep calling HR and we'll try to figure it out. All right, cool. So in my head, I'm like getting frustrated because I'm like, if they tell me some BS that I'm not rehired again or I have to wait for longer, I'm going to be pissed because I'm like, I already waited a whole year. And I took my mom out to eat and I was hanging out with my mom and I got an email and I was like, holy crap. Because the first thing it just said, it was children's. And I was like, so I immediately went to my email and it was a lady who who I had talked to or was included in a couple emails that I had the first time. And she said, hey, we have determined that you are eligible for rehire. So apply whatever you want to apply. You're good to go. So I was like, great. So then when that happened, I want to say like a week later, I get this from a talent agency. I'm not going to say her name, but she hit me up and was like, hey, so we have like this like little VIP like job fair that's going on for VIP people that, are invited. And if we wanted to like move you up to that interview, so you can be like one-on-one interview with the managers and you'll see the facility and whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. That was this week and I was like, all right, cool. So like, I was like super excited. I was like, hey, I got an interview and like I said, it's on Monday. I scheduled time. So I was like super, super, super excited. And so
my baby want to call off work. She's excited.
Yeah, I was
because there was times before where it was like they would have like job fairs. I'm like, babe, just call off and go. She's like, I don't want to call off. And this time she texted me was like, hey, they're having this job fair. Da, 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 da. Should I call off? And I was like, yeah, like you should go to this. Like you should definitely go to this. And she was like, but I told her, I was like, make sure you try to get the earliest time. I only told you that because that's how I got into children's. It was like this mock interviews that I was doing for this program I was in. And I met with this guy, Philip Strong, the guy that I told you I know from HR or whatever. And I was like his very, very first interview. It was just a mock interview. He didn't really know what he was supposed to be doing. He was just like, oh, no, this is not a real interview, blah, 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 blah. But he was only supposed to talk to like everybody for like 5-10 minutes max, but he didn't know that. That was his very first one. So we talked for like an hour. He like liked me. He was like, yeah, put in an application and I'll forward your name to Andy Lockwood and we'll get you in. Like, so that's how I did it. So I was like, man, if you're like the first person, because it's like no one remembers maybe the ninth out of the 100 people they might enter. They might remember the first couple and maybe the last couple, but they're not going to remember all the people that were in between. So I was like, try to get the earliest one, because if you blow them away and you were the first person, they'd be like, hey, that first girl we had, she was really good. I liked her.
Yeah. So, and I was still trying to plan to go to work after the interview, but the way the sign up was, this girl already had signed up. She took all these spots, and I'm just like, there's no way my manager's going to be able to like switch me anyway. So I was like, oh crap. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to call off. Like, whatever. Like, I'm just going by chance. Like, I'm going to chance it. I never do this stuff. I always like push it back. And he gets frustrated with me. He's like, no, you should just do it. I'm like, all right. So I was like, all right, I'm planning on calling off, whatever. So Friday, it's like probably like almost like 6:45. I get a phone call from a number, and I don't know the number, so I don't answer numbers that I don't know. And it was just, and so I've been doing that for like a long time. I just don't if your number don't pop on my phone that I know you, I'm not gonna pick up. So you might as well just start leaving me voicemails because I'm not picking up.
Tell them the number that's under my phone thing right now.
What, under what?
My notifications for the phone. Tell them what's the number.
Oh, it's 46.
I don't answer numbers. I don't know. So I have 46 missed calls, notifications, and all that crap in my. I don't. Nah.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't. Yeah. So I just don't answer. So she calls and she was like, hey, this is so and so from like Children's, and I have really, really good news. Please give me a call back. And she emailed me like literally like.
What was your reaction when you heard the voicemail? Was you just like, what do they want? Like, what do they want? Or
yeah, literally, I was like, oh, good news. Maybe I thought like in my head, I thought I was like, okay, maybe it's like they want to like skip the event and they want to give me to a different interview.
So a real deal interview.
Yeah,
like.
That's what I thought. That was the first thing that popped in my head. I was like, oh, maybe it's like a real deal interview, not like this like, event.
It's fair, yeah.
So she emailed me. She's like, hey, I have great news. I said, I try to contact you, but please give me a call back like as soon as you can. So I called her.
And that's weird because that's like really late for like people to like be doing things like that, like almost 7:00. Like.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, it's like, I'm like, this must be something. So I called her. She didn't pick up the phone. And then I emailed her. Like as soon as she emailed me, I emailed her. And I was like, hey, like I tried to contact you, whatever. So at this time I had just got home. I went to like IKEA. I was like buying some stuff. And my plan was I was going to refix our living room and make it look pretty. Because I was going to surprise the hubby with, like, I got a new area rug and whatever. And that all went out the window. I think I set up the table in the area, but that was, like, our living room looks a hot mess right now. Everything went out the window. I wanted to get the phone call. And I got the phone call, and she's like, hey, like, thank you for calling back. She said, so I got really, really great news. The lady, do you remember this lady that you interviewed with last year? And I was like, yeah, she said the name. I can't remember the name now, but she said the name. I was like, oh yeah, I did. She said, well, she wanted to hire you back then last year, but something went wrong. And so she, I guess, recognized your name. And she pulled your name out and she said she wants to give you an offer right now. The moment she said that, my heart just went, like, it exploded. It like, I was shocked. And she's like, and I think I sounded really like eager on the phone. She's like, so do you accept? I was like, yes. I was like, yes. And I'm like, she's just like, okay. I was like, she's like, and then I was like, I was all confused. I was like, wait, do you need me to go to this interview? She's like, no, you don't have to go to the interview. She's like, you're good.
That's funny because she must have really wanted you. Cause I remember back then, wasn't your last name like still Medina?
Yeah.
Like, so she must have like referenced like your reference number or something, or email or something, and be like.
Because on my resume I put Israel, but I told her like, well, legally I'm still considered Medina, but my last name is changed. I just got married, so I think I did tell her. I think on my resume it said Israel on it. So
okay,
yeah.
Also, you was writing Israel, but you was still Medina.
Yeah, because COVID happened and the security people they were
like, she must really like did some digging. Cause I'm like, you was still like Medina back then, so it's like, how she even know that? Like,
so she said she recognized my name and she like pulled it out and she was like, yeah, just I want to give her an offer. Like I wanted to give her an offer last year, but so when she told me that, I was just like, the first person I called was my mom, but of course my mom never answered the phone. So I was like, and I didn't want to call him because I knew he was at work, and I was like, I don't know if he's on break. I don't know where his break time, because you gotta tell him too.
Oh, yeah, I meant to tell him that. I forgot about that.
We'll tell him in a second. Yeah, so I was like, he's on break, and I was just like, I'm like, I don't know, like, and so my mom wasn't answering the phone, so I called him and said, hey, can I FaceTime you? Because I was just like, I need to tell somebody now. Like, I can't, like, I'm like shaking. I was crying. Like, I didn't cry in front of him, but like as soon as we got FaceTime, I just lost it. Like, I was like, you ever just like, it's hard to explain that moment. Like, I'm so relieved. I'm so happy. Like I said, this was like my dream job when I got off of college. I was like, I want to be a behavioral health specialist because like I think it was like my second to last semester of college. I met with this one girl who is a behavioral health specialist, and she was telling me all this stuff, and I was like, this is exactly what I want to do. Like, I want to get off of college, I want to do that. And when I was applying, like the first time I applied, the guy was like, well, I don't know if I can wait because you don't have your bachelor's degree yet, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but at the time, they weren't requiring a bachelor's. And it's weird now, like when I apply for these jobs, they're not requiring, they prefer a bachelor's, but they're not requiring a bachelor's. I'm like, bruh, I could have to, like, it makes no sense. But, I think my mom always says everything happens for a reason. So maybe I wasn't ready just yet. Maybe, maybe I had to go through some things to learn, to experience, to grow more, and just like put more tools under my belt. But yeah, I just like everything just like hit me at once. Like I finally have a job that is using my degree. Like that's all I want. I want to find a job that's using my degree. It's like this might not be my forever job, but it's a job that requires my degree. It's a job that I'm proud of because I'm like, yeah, I graduated and now I'm doing something with my degree. And that's all I wanted. I want something to do with my degree because I'm like, I went to school for like almost 5.5 years. I cried, suicide attempts twice. I struggled with school, like, and I graduated, and it was like I worked really, really hard for my degree. I'm like, I want to do something with my degree, and it was even talks of like maybe I go back to school. And my mom and Yahshua and my sister-in-law, they were like, don't go back to school yet. Like, give it some time, like not everybody gets job. I'm like, yeah, but it's been a year. It's been a year, some change since I've graduated that I still don't have a job in my degree. And I was like feeling very like defeated. And I was feeling very...
I was on board with the last time you said you wanted to go back to school.
Well, yeah, the last time. But the first time you were
not when you first graduated. Yeah. No, I was like, nah, chill out.
Yeah. And because I was like, well, maybe I'll do something different. Maybe I'll like still use my psychology degree, but like get like my master's in like food, like nutrition or something, be, like a dietitian or something like that, and just work with kids that have eating disorders, but also have, mental disorders too. Like put those together and like try to help them out. And I was like trying to think maybe I'll go back to school. And like I was thinking about it. And I was just like, oh my God. And like,
I think that's a good idea though, by the way. Eventually. I'm not saying right now, but
yeah.
Remember the conversation, I was like, yeah, like, I know people who, I forgot the examples I gave you, but like when they get that extra, that doctorate, not the doctorate, the master's, how it, that extra level of education gives them that extra paycheck.
Yeah. I'm like, eventually I would like to go back to school.
I would love to see you be like salary or something. Like, I'm salary.
Yeah, like I definitely want to go back to school, but I also want experience. Like it's hard to like get a job when they're asking like, oh, we want like 10 years experience. You're like, well, how am I supposed to get experience if you're not going to give me any? Like, and I do have experience working with kids. I've had like 5 years working at a daycare. I have 5 years experience working with kids. I have kids that from ages 3 months to 12 years old. I also helped with a program called Arms Wide Open, which was working with kids who have like special needs. And so I'm like, I have experience. And so every time I'm like, yeah, it might not be like exactly what you're looking for, but like I have experience with kids. And so when I first interviewed with the lady, and she was the one that actually told me, she's like, hey, like what I want you to do is put that on your resume. And I was like, okay. She was like, because whatever you're telling me sounds excellent. She's like, and I want to see that on your resume. So, and I was like, all right. And she was the one that told me to put that on my resume. So, and it's kind of funny because like now I'm going to be working like under her in a way, because she's the one that told me to put that on my resume when I interviewed you. She liked me. And then to be like, oh, she wanted to hire me last year, but to have that the not a rehire on my name or my whatever, and it's like, and her to see it again, like, no, I want this girl, I already interviewed her, I know who she is. Like, it's like it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you're wanted, because you're like, okay, this lady still remembers me and I remember her. Like I might not remember her name, but that when she told me her name, I was like, oh yeah, she sounds familiar. Like I can put a face to her, and that was weird because in that interview I had 2 people. I had her and I had another lady that was in the interview, and I think she might be my actual direct boss or supervisor, but I'm not too sure.
Now I'm sitting there like, oh, I hope she's school manager. Before you say all this stuff, and then you get to work with her, it's like, I fucking hate this lady.
Yeah, so it's like, so yeah, I'm very excited. Like I said, I was crying, and I just like, I remember just telling myself, like, I did it. Like I did it. Like, I texted my brother, I texted my best friend. I actually called my best friend. The first thing my best friend thought, she's like, you're pregnant. I'm like, no, I'm not pregnant. She was like, okay, well then what's even more exciting than that? I'm like, my job. I got a new job. She was like, oh yeah. I'm like, and it was weird because she was excited that I got a new job. And then she's like, okay, like weird. I'm like, I'm going back to children's for her. She's like, was even more excited after that. She was like, oh my God, yeah. I'm like,
I mean, I know you want to be at the college here, but too bad you ain't no Maine. You could be like with your bestie. You guys can go eat like lunch together and shit. That'd be cool.
Yeah, but like, as most of my mom says, she's like, whoa. She's like, I wish it was at the Maine. I'm like, I do, but also I don't. Like, I want to be more with the kids. Like, I want to be more involved. I would much rather be at the College Hill, which is that's the main
where they at.
Where they at. And I'm like, and they are remodeling everything, so a lot of it is going to be a new opening for 2023. So for next year,
they're making it. Are they expanding it?
I believe they are. They're making more things for it.
I think they already. I don't say they already did, but I think they've expanded a couple. I remember when I was working at Children's in the kitchen, like we used to deliver to psych at Children's.
Yeah,
I think they had maybe like 16, 17 beds there or something like that, maybe 20. And they took the psych out of there, and it was just only at College Hills. I don't know if they had expanded then to where they could accept more patients, because psych was completely gone from Children's. And then that where psych was, they put like a expanded NICU or something on that floor. But so I don't know if they had expanded then and was accepting more people. So it was
I
cool.
think
They keep expanding and doing other things instead of like just like, I know they house the, the psychiatric ward, whatever. Yeah. But it seems more like they're expanding to like counseling and you know more things to do with helping them get better versus just kind of like, all right, this is your 3-day weekend, and then you go home.
Like, because I mean, at the main hospital, they had like a small psych unit. It was like C2. That was like,
I remember that.
That was like the psych unit for a little bit of time, and then I do remember half the time they would go up there. They would sit like maybe for like 1 or 2 days, and they're like, all right, we're about to ship them out to College Hill. So it was like, that sounds bad, not ship out, but like take they want to ship them out of College Hill. Like, and then I think College Hill
campus, because for you guys that don't know, like Children's Hospital has a lot of, I mean, just like Christ as well, but they have a lot of off branches. Children's I think has bigger type off sites, and so they have like different buildings that do different things and blah 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 blah. And College Hill is like strictly just for psychiatric patients. They don't do anything else, to my knowledge. I think they're strictly just psychiatric patients. So they're not like a outpatient clinic or anything like that. Like this literally is just for psychiatric patients. So it's like, I don't know, I guess like a dedicated facility just for that. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. And another thing, like it kind of gave me kind of like a motivation to like start getting back to the gym, because I have to do like an ability test. They want me to do like I'm not sure if it's ability fitness test. So that kind of gave me more motivation to like, all right, let's get my life into gear, like at least health wise.
Let's go.
Yeah. So yeah, that's her
thing. Well, that's her thing with her mom, and then she adapted it for me.
I did.
Me, I'm like
he's a fist pumper, but I was like, no, we're doing this. Mm-hmm. Every time my mom and I do this. It was from, if you ever seen the show Castle, it came from there, because every time they would roast each other or do something, they'd be like, oh, give me some. So that's what me and my mom do, and now I adopted it to him. So yeah. Yeah.
And that.
He brings it up more than I do. I just do it. And he'd be like, well, so what do you do? You do this?
Because I think you do it a lot more and you don't realize it.
Oh, yeah, I guess I do. But it's just, I don't know.
So I mean, every time like she's talking about me or like whenever introducing me or bigging me up, I'm like, how you do? How I go, babe?
Yeah. So yeah, that's the exciting news.
Yeah. So let's get to the gyms. Just we gotta get in shape anyway because just because, and we got this damn flying pig coming up in May.
We do.
That's shit. Fucking March. What tomorrow? I mean, yeah, like Tuesday. So it's like we only got about 2 more months to get together to get these 13 miles in.
Yeah.
And she'll lie to you, but I know goddamn well I am not doing 13 miles right about now.
Got it. 13 miles. 13 miles, I'm going to die. So, like, man, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, 13 miles. If you asked me, like, not last year, but the year before that, like 2020, 13 miles, yeah, I could do 13 miles, no problem. Like, I'm gonna be a little sore, but whatever, I got it.
Shit in 2 years.
Yeah, and so
yeah, it's definitely time to get it back into shape.
Yeah. Also, because we're trying to have babies. So
yeah, but I would like for you to at least for right now just get to the gym and get kind of active a little bit. So when you do take your ability test, you do pretty well on it.
Yeah.
I want to see your ability test and be like, yeah, we can't put her in this ward because those kids are gonna fuck her up.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's we're about to get it cracking lacking.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta tell me yours, Tippin.
Yeah. I got a new position. I'm gonna still be a lead, but I'm just going to second shift now. Finally off those thirds.
Finally.
So yeah, my new hours will be 12:45 to 9:15. So yeah, finally getting up off those third shifts. So yeah.
How's it feeling to like readjust a little bit? Because Mr. I like to sleep till 7 a.m.
It's just hard to go. Yeah, it's hard for me to go to sleep. Like I don't go to sleep, so that's my only thing. Like even that one day when I was in bed at like 1:30, I still didn't go to sleep till like 3:30, 4 o'clock. I was just like watching TV, like la 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 la.
Yeah, so I told him, I said, I don't care, but I need you in bed by 2 a.m. I even gave him extra time. I said 2 a.m. because I wanted to say.
I tried to say 1. I was like, 1. No, that's not gonna happen.
And then he was like, no, 1:30. I was like, no. But then he was like, okay, 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I'm like, all right, 2 o'clock.
I still want to be able to like come home and get things done, like record videos, edit, make stuff that we got to make for our business, things like that. Like I still want to be able to come home and get to work because I know I'm not going to be able to get up and do much work. I mean, I'm going to try. If I can start going to sleep at a decent time, maybe. But I know I'm not going to get up like early enough to like accomplish a lot of stuff. Like how I would do more before I go to work, working third shift. I know I'm not going to be able to do that much before I go to work. Like having to be at work at 12:45. It's like, all right, I'll probably wake up at like maybe 9, 10, but it's like I don't really like just get ready for work. So it's like, unless I'm getting up at like 7 o'clock, which is not going to happen for me. I know it's not. So, my time to really get things done will be when I come home from work. So that's the mission. When I come home from work, get things done, whether or not I'm recording videos, editing, whatever it is, potting like we're doing now. We both work today. Now we're potting. It's 11:30, not too late. So yeah. Also, I don't know why I'm going to announce this, just because I was excited about it. We had a pretty big order on our our Yams Empire Etsy, so that was pretty cool. Someone ordered 6 shirts. Those like $100-something bucks.
Yeah, for a
bachelor party or something, bachelorette. So yeah, pretty excited about that. That's definitely our largest order we've had. So I'm gonna start getting on that a little bit tonight. Finish it up by tomorrow. I think it has to. I want to say ship out by Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, but let me make sure it says ship in 3 days. So that's probably Wednesday. So yeah, start working on that tonight. I had to order some things. Like even before she placed her order, I was already like, cause she had hit me up because I hadn't did the inventory in a while. So when I put things up, I always just put it at 20, even though it's a pretty much unlimited supply. But I always put it at 20 just in case, because I guess for a time like this where someone might order a whole bunch, it's like, shit, I don't have that many in. You know what I mean? or that many shirts in or whatever. So I only had 5 left according to the site. So they hit me up and said, hey, you know, do you really only have 5 left? Because I would like to order 6 for a bachelor party, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, hey, thanks for bringing that to my attention. I hadn't inventory in a while. We definitely have more than 5. I said, it's ready to go for you now. You know, you got to give them that nudge. I was like, I hope you enjoy your shirts, even though they hadn't ordered yet. I hope you enjoy your shirts. So when they read it, they'll be like, all right, let me order. So even before they did that, that was the day before.
The reverse psychology on that.
Yeah, no. So
learning from me.
Right. So right then I had already got on my sites and like ordered shit, like ordered the vinyl. Cause we had a shirt last week and I know I used up the rest of the red, the rest of the white. I had a little bit of black left because we did a red shirt. So I'm like, all right, I know I need vinyl and I know I'm going to need some shirts, especially because it's about to be red season. And we sold pretty well on our red shirts last year.
Pain in our
pain in the ass. Just one, like the other 2 are they're cool.
Yeah.
I think I had 3, right? So 2 of them are fine. They're not that terrible. But then there's one that I wish I had an example right now. It's probably one in the closet, but I don't feel like going in there. But it's a big old Mr. Red Legs. And he's big, and then you have to like a lot of layers, a lot of pieces. Pain in the ass to do. But that's of course that's the one that they sold the most of last year. Like they was kept ordering that one. So I know it's coming up on red season, so it's like that's about a month away now. So I'm like, I'm gonna definitely need to get some red shirts anyway. So
but it's weird because like honestly, like we forget that we also do. Okay, so
definitely forgive me because we hadn't sold it. That was the first shirt we had sold in a while. The one I made last week. When that order came through, I was like, oh, probably a tumbler, blah, blah, blah. I got on, I was like, oh shit, a red shirt. Like totally forgot we did shirts.
Yeah, and it's like it's weird because like we don't really do, and also it's like we kind of stopped doing like vinyl. We kind of done to like the screen printing stuff. But like,
yeah, so
then it was like, see, he's like, we have a big order. I said, God damn, 6 orders of shirts and vinyl.
6 shirts.
I was
like, it's weird. We haven't like put up a new shirt in so long.
It's not
because we just kind of. It's the thing is, it's 2 reasons. It costs a lot more for us, like out of pocket, and it's more time consuming than the tumblers. Like the tumblers, like to keep it 100. Like I bought the printer. The printer was like $600 plus tax, so it ended up being like close to $700 probably. And then the ink was like $40, and it's an eco tank, so you like pour the ink in, and it's an eco tank. So instead of the regular ink, we bought sublimation ink, and it was $40. Now we've made a lot of tumblers, a lot of shit for fun, a lot of shirts for fun, all the shit that I've printed out that was fucked up that I couldn't use, like all of that, and our inks are like what, halfway, maybe a little less than half.
Yeah.
But the fact that I only paid $40 for that, and we still have so much ink. Like I've bought paper, 2 more times since then. Like, and the papers come with it says 110 sheets.
Yeah.
That just shows how many I've messed up and blah 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 blah. And we still have that. In the tumblers, I can buy like. What is it? Like, I think I bought 25 tumblers recently for like $140 or something. Mm-hmm. And then we sell them for 25, so there goes our profit there. So, but the vinyl is expensive and you use a lot.
Yeah.
Even if you got the big scrap bucket, you know what I mean? Like where
we have a big scrap bucket.
We have a big scrap bucket where you can cut the pieces out, like because you place them on the mat and then it'll cut where it cuts, and you can kind of cut the excess pieces off and like keep it for scrap or whatever. But if you're making that same exact design, you can't use that scrap for that same exact design because it's not enough. Now you can use it for like certain pieces of a design. Like I go through the scrap bucket a lot for certain orders and blah blah blah. Like if I'm getting a little red symbol, all right, I might have a patch of red in there that I can reuse, blah 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 blah. But like you just use so much and it costs so much. So it's like cost efficient wise, it's like the tumblers are just so much more cost efficient and less time consuming. Like I can do a tumbler in like 20 minutes, 25 max, from printing it, cutting it, wrapping it, and cooking it on 25 minutes.
Yeah.
A fucking shirt might take me an hour sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So
it also
and it's like I know I'm not like a pro. Like maybe one of the pros that like do a lot of vinyl shirts could probably but me, that shirt's probably gonna take me an hour.
And also it's like it's not that, it's like we like to make sure that whatever product that we're selling, we want to make sure it looks good. So sometimes like he'll wait till I get home. Like, hey babe, should you tell me about, make sure it looks good.
Yeah.
Or like, he'll wait. Hey babe, can you fold the shirts up for me and package them up? So like majority of the time is like he'll do more of like the actual making it, and I do more of like the side of packaging and making sure everything's there.
Yeah, she's cool with the package. She can fold. I can't fold for shit. Like, she's cool with making sure things look good, like look neat and presentable and all of that. So, cause me, like, if I fold the shirt up, like, and I've had to do it a couple of times, you know what I mean, on some last minute shit. Like, she's at work, let me fold this shirt up. I know it's not pretty, but I know it's a great product. But I know it doesn't look pretty at all. But it is what it is today, because it has to go out today. You know what I mean? So sometimes it'd be like, it is what it is. But most of the time, I'll make it and then tell her, like, we work a third shift and shit, or I'll come home and make it and text her. So when she wakes up, she'll see the text like, hey, when you wake up, can you fold that shirt and package it for me, and then I'll take it to the post office when I get up or whatever. Or
like sometimes he'll like, I've done it a few times where he'll like, oh, can you package it up and I'll take it up, and majority of the time it's like, all right. I like to leave early anyways when I go to work, so I'll like take the packages with me and I'll send them off. So like he doesn't worry about sending them. He can just get, and I'll text him, hey, I send them off. And he'd be like, grr. I'm like, I got you, don't worry. We're a team for a reason. So like, yeah, like a lot of time it's like, I see why a lot of people like quit their jobs when it comes like to social media and like to pursue YouTube or whatever they're doing. I see why a lot of times they just like only work part-time or PRN or whatever, because it's literally, this is like another job. This is a fun job, but it's also like we are not at a place where we can just be like, oh fuck it, we're gonna just leave our job and do all this all the time. Like, we would love to,
but like, and just really focus on this shit. Like, I would love to, but it's like I don't have that luxury, or you know what I mean. So
it's like it's something that like we would love to just quit and just do YouTube and stuff like that, but it's like reality hits and you're like, you got bills, and I mean those are never gonna stop. Paying for stuff is never gonna stop,
and it's like unless you're already at that point to like where you're monetized and have a pretty good following, then cool. But it's very hard as a adult that has their own bills. Like, when you're coming up, you still live with your parents, stuff like that. Like, all right, cool, you can do that. But like when you're already an adult, like, and you have to pay your own bills and car notes and insurance and rent and all of that, it's hard to quit your job and try to come up on YouTube. Now, like I said, if you already have your own following, you're already monetized, you're already making some cool money, and you could be like, all right, I'm gonna quit my job and now really go really hard and make a lot of money. But yeah, it's hard to like, you can't quit your job when you're just starting YouTube. Like, that's hard. You know what I mean? Because like, you got to build it from the ground up. So like I said, you could work yourself into that position to where now you can quit your job because this is becoming very lucrative. But we're not there yet. You know what I mean? So
keyword, and I'm gonna speak it to the universe. A lot of it is us being lazy. If we're gonna just keep it 100.
Facts, B.
A lot of it is just us being lazy. We have those moments where you just feel like at least for me, it's like I have the pressure of work and the drama at work or whatever, and I'm just like, I get home, I'm like, I don't want to do anything. Like I just don't want to do anything. Like I just want to come home and go to bed, and that's it. And that's messed up my my life a lot in the last 2 years, because I'll get this moments like, I got the inspiration and the emotion, I'm gonna do this, I'll do this, and then it's like, for instance, like the vlogs, like I have lost a lot of interest in them because I'm like, I just feel like I get motivation to do it, then I'm like, my computer crashes. My computer's like not, it's old. I've had it since college, and it's been through some stuff. And so then I'm trying to edit. I'm like, this editing on it.
It's been through some stuff.
And like when I'm editing, I'm like, I don't like the footage. Like I just feel like when I edit, I watch everything. Like I'll watch it, and then I'll edit what I want to edit out, watch it again, and that's how I edit. Because I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys good things. Like I mean, I know it's the internet, you can do whatever you want with it, but it's like sometimes we will record and it'll be like a 45-minute video, and I gotta try to turn it down to like 10 minutes because I'm like, I know that nobody's gonna watch a 45-minute video, especially if us just barely, coming into the game and stuff. Like I know nobody's gonna watch it, so I try to keep it relatively between like 10 to 12 minutes. Like, you know, it's a lot of time. And a lot of time I'm just like, I don't like editing. I'm like, this is so boring. And I'm like, and then I watch it and I'm like, I look so fake, or I don't look like I'm bringing energy, or like I'll record him and he just was like kind of like at the random time he'd be like, oh, okay. And his energy don't look good. I'm like, so a lot of times I'm just like, oh, this sucks. I'm like, I don't even want it. And then sometimes like I'll just forget the camera because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing something and I forget. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to start, vlogging more, and I'll forget. And then he'll be like, just vlog. And I'm like, I don't want to. I still have like those weird times like I don't want to pull out a camera when I'm out and about because I just feel weird because people be staring at you like, why you got a camera out? I'm like, I'm a vlogger, like, So there's just still a lot of things like that I'm just like, doesn't make me feel like I want to do anything. But then I get moments like I am right now, like, okay, I'm getting a new job. I'm getting a new start. I'm doing a job that I actually want to do now. And it's like, I want to start, putting myself out there more, regardless of like, I worry too much about what people think about me. And that's something that I have to, it's a habit of mine, not a good habit. I put a lot of pressure on myself, even though I don't have to. So it's just those things where I'm like, let me just fuck it. Like, I'm like, let me just do me. Like, I don't care if it looks good. I don't care what it is. And like, we just started, we have So Mixed Up is our YouTube channel, which is where you guys watch these podcasts. But like, we started doing like a health challenge, and like, we stopped doing it for a while. People were like, hey, where you guys at? Like, I've caught up. Like, where you guys at? And we're like, oh shit, like, damn, like, we need to start doing more because there's a few people. I mean, yes, a handful of people. And, a handful of people hopefully turns into more people. But right now we have a handful of people that are like, hey, like, we're caught up. Where you're at? Like, we haven't seen anything yet. And you're like, those people are the ones that make us feel like, okay, let's start doing it. Like, let's get motivated. And I feel like we feed off of each other. So, like, if one of us is doing good, then the other person's going to do good. But if we're both in a run, we're not going to be motivated to, like, pull each other up. And it sucks, like, a lot.
Facts. Like me, I'm like, I have a monetized channel. You know what I mean? Like, you would think I would be going hard at my monetized channel. Ask me the last time I uploaded a video. At least
December.
Yeah, I think so. Like,
you were trying to do
at the end of December, probably. Maybe the first couple of days in January, maybe. But shit, that means it's been almost 2 months now. Like, and I have, and it's not even like I don't have shit to put up. I got mad videos to like edit and put up. Like, so there's no reason for it, you know what I mean, not to be happening. Like, I think I've uploaded, like, put it this way. I've been so lazy that I have like 3 episodes of Attack on Titan sitting on my YouTube already uploaded just on private that I haven't made.
That's even worse.
I just haven't made thumbnails and made them public yet. Like, that terrible. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I didn't know that. I thought they used
it's just terrible. And I have so I'm up to 48 online, but I have up to like 63 recorded. So it's like I have like 14 episodes to edit and put up, which is the tedious part, but hey, it has to be done. You know what I mean? So it's like, I need to just get back on it, and I actually can't wait to get back on it and get back into that flow of recording and uploading, and you know what I mean? Like, it's been a while. Like, I wonder how many subscribers I still have. You know what I mean? Like, when you're stagnant,
he was monetized, and maybe he's not anymore.
Right? Like, when you're stagnant for a while, they're like, man, what the fuck are we even subscribe to you for, bro? Like, you don't even upload no more. So, let me see. Oh, still have 1,023. So, but yeah.
Did it tell you how many you lost?
I mean, it says I'm up 2, but that's probably because I probably lost like 4 or 5 and then gained 2 more or some shit. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's just it is what it is. So, yeah, I definitely need.
So that means that tomorrow you're gonna have an episode of Attack on Titans up on your YouTube channel.
Say what?
I said tomorrow you're gonna have those 3 that you have sitting there up and live, babe. That's the one thing I want. Besides making the shirts too.
Yeah, and the shirts. But yeah, I want to do that. I want to record some more. Like, I want to just get on it. Like, I need to get on it for sure. So, yeah. We're definitely going to take back our lives and just really get back on it. Like, I can't wait. the baby has a birthday coming up in a couple of weeks, or shit, a week, really.
We skipped my birthday.
And
it just goes to March 6th to March 9th. Oh yeah, tell them that story about.
Why didn't you say the 8th?
Huh?
Why didn't you say the 8th?
We just go to the 9th because the 9 popped up in my head.
Oh, but he skipped it 2 days?
Yeah. So babe, he was supposed to PTO my birthday, right? Because it's my birthday. My birthday's March 7th. So he put a PTO slip and he marked 9th. And he's like, crap. So our manager already had scheduled the 9th. And he goes like, hey, I made a mistake. It's not the 9th. It's the 7th. He's like, don't tell Margarita that I don't know her birthday. I'm like, babe, we both have the exact same birthday.
But I know your birthday.
Exactly. He knows it. But he wrote the 9th. I said, why is everybody that I talk to like, oh, your birthday's like, well, March 9th? Everybody always says the 9th. I'm like, do y'all not think about 7? Like, 7. And he's January
7, 8, 9. So 7 is scary. We don't fuck with 7.
So that's why I'm like, his birthday is January 7th. My birthday is March 7th. I'm like, we both have the exact same day, just different months. And he put the 9th. I said, you would put the 9th. I have a thing for people that keep saying I put the 9th. I'm like, no, it's 7. 7. Like the episode of Friends. So yeah. I do have a birthday coming up. And that's another thing. I'm like, I've never been a big thing about my birthday. Like every time my birthday happens, something happens. And of course I was like, yeah, I always, his car went down. I'm like, that's where, some of my money was going. Cause I was like, I told him, I was like, I'm going to help you with that. I'm like, I have the money right now. Why not help you? Like, that's what, husband and wife do. They just help each other. And he was like, no. And I'm like, just do it. I'm going to help you no matter what. So in my head, I'm like, well, there it goes. Like, there's the money that I had extra. I'm like, I didn't have anything planned or anything, but I'm like, it felt good to have that extra money. So, and every time my birthday happens, something that happens, like either my mom has to work, my mom, something with me, with my car, my mom's car. So it's like, anytime I have extra money around my birthday, something always happens. So that's why I'm like, And my birthday has always been like, not the greatest, like, in the past. I think I can remember like 2 or 3 good birthdays. Well, I don't know what that sounded like. I can remember like a couple of good birthdays. So that's why I'm like, my birthday, whatever. But I care about everybody else's birthday. Like, I'll make everybody else's birthday. I'll freaking throw bashes and whatever. Like, anybody else that I care about, my family, I will care about that birthday, like, to the T. Like, I don't care. But when it comes to my birthday, I'm like, it's my birthday, whatever. And he's like, no, it's your birthday. I'm like,
But look, though, I never cared about my birthday. But she's like, no, your birthday. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. You're going to PTO. You're going to do that. But then her birthday comes around. She's like, no, it goes from the 6th to the 9th,
Yeah. But like I said, I care about everybody else's birthday. Like, I don't care about mine. I care for everybody else's birthday. Like, so for him, I'm like, I'm going to make sure he has a good birthday. I don't care. You're going to PTO, or we're going to do something. We're going to go to Top Golf. We're going to have whatever. I don't care what we're doing, but you need to be off on your birthday.
Like me, I always used to work on my birthdays. Like, maybe 7 years straight, something like that. I worked on my birthday. I'm like, took my birthday off for what?
Until he met me.
Yeah, and she started making me take off, so.
Yes. You're always fixing the mic in every podcast.
I always got the shitty one. I don't know. Something's always wrong with this. It's always loose up here. Like, why is it always loose?
I don't know. It just we might need new equipment.
Tighten it, maybe. With a like a wrench or something.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Did you want to do cards or just go to the music? I know it's already been an hour.
Oh, we gotta give them some cards.
I don't know what the fuck cards are.
Me neither. Wait, is it right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't push me. I saw the shadow.
I don't know
Ready?
what she's talking about. Sure.
All right, YouTube. Don't block this part, but you will, because it's you.
Yeah, I'm edit. Getting to play some Kenny G for 10 seconds on YouTube. Stupid.
All right, baby. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Hit you in the face.
Why do you trust me?
Ooh. Why not? I'm just kidding. Because I married you, that's why. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been with you, been around you. You give me a vibe that makes me fall in love. So that's why.
Sounds about right.
What about you?
Oh, so why not? I don't know. I don't know. Seem really trustworthy. Like I can tell you all my deepest, darkest secrets, or I can just be really honest with you, and it'd be cool.
Oh.
All right, last one.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Give him 3. Give him 3.
80. No, we're gonna do 3. I'm like, do 2.
No, we can do 3.
What was the last trip that connected us? The last trip. What was the last trip that connected us the best, and why?
I don't know.
Probably the beach or whatever it was. The
lake.
lake.
The lake. Yeah. Yeah. The lake. I think the lake was cool.
Cool. I feel like it was kind of like probably because it was disconnected from everything. Like even when we went to Beach Mountain, it was like, it was still some stuff to do. You know what I mean? Like I feel like in the beach, like there was, or the lake, there was just like nothing to do. So it was like we had to just chill. You know what I mean? Like we had to chill. So yeah, even with Beach Mountain, we still like went to a hike. Did some things. We kind of went out. I
feel like your sister was like, make sure that we did something every day.
Yeah.
Where I feel like when we were with my family,
even then we had like I brought the game. We played like we was playing Call of Duty. Like it was kind of like we was, in regular life still. You know what I mean? But
where when we went to the lake, it was just like, it was me and him the first night, and the next night my family came in. So it's like my family's like, oh, let's go to the beach, and like, oh, I love the water. So it's like, there was like, you couldn't go anywhere. Like you would just go to the lake, and then you go back home, and then like,
was that Lake Huron? Was it?
Yeah, and it was like, and we just ate and cooked, and like we played card
cool,
games.
Cool family time,
Yeah, and it was just like you had no choice but to be around each other. So I feel like I think that time we like really connected, and we felt. I don't know why I'm dying. I feel like we felt like very connected with each other, and like.
I'm not saying Beach Mountain wasn't, because I really enjoyed that trip as well.
Yeah.
But for different reasons, you know what I mean? Like I said, at the lake there was literally nothing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was
you had to drive to like a different city
just to go to the store. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it wasn't like there was like one TV that was in the living room. You know what I mean? So we all had to share. So we pretty much just gave it to the kids for the most part. Like, hey, watch your cartoons or whatever. You know what I mean? So but at Beach Mountain, it was like a TV in every room. Bought the PlayStation. We played games. You know what I mean? Like it was like, it was like fun. That was a fun trip, active trip, and the lake was like a chill trip of like just chill out, hang out, and just like.
It was like one of those things. It was just like when we went to the lake. It's like you only put your phone out to like take pictures of the lake or whatever. But like majority of the time your phone was like put away because you're playing with the kiddos. The kiddos want to play with you in the water, and you're just like, you don't have time to be on your phone. And then when you get back, it's just like you're so tired from being in the sun for like hours. You're just like, all right, nap time. Like it's just like you had no choice but to chill. And or even the kiddos were like, oh, let's play like games, or let's go outside, or let's watch this movie. And you're like, all right, like we basically gave our chill time to the kiddos because that's what they want to do. Like we played card games with my mom and my sister-in-law, and then it's like we ate, and it was just like, it was just like a lot of times we just spent our time with the kiddos.
Mad chill. So
yeah,
I think that was the difference. Like Beach Mountain was kind of like, let's have fun, let's go out, see the sights. Like there weren't any sights in the lake. You know what I mean? It was
we just
still
had
like,
one
long lake to see. Like we went to the overlook, and we just did a bunch of like it was some little cool little stores to go. Like we did a lot of like touristy things.
Yeah, which was a bitch on Beach Mountain because that fucking
Poppy's coffee shop, that was lit. We love Poppy's coffee shop. Like if you go back, like we're definitely hitting up Poppy's.
Yeah,
but yeah, so it was just more touristy. Like it was very active. We did a lot of every day. Like what was we there 4 days, something like that. So
yeah,
we just kind of like.
And then think also like with my family, we were only able to stay like 3 days.
Yeah.
Because like I think we didn't have enough PTO time or like giving time off. It was just like it wasn't gonna work.
Yeah, it was just yeah.
So we were like, but I think this year, I think we were trying to plan an actual whole like us staying with the family for a good amount because they go. I think when my sister-in-law rented it was like it actually was supposed to be like 8 days, so it was like from Saturday to the other Saturdays when they were able to, reserve the spot. So we stayed for the first couple days, and then I think her family, like her mother and her 2 other sisters, came for the second half. So it was like it wasn't wasted,
like a half and half type of ordeal. Yeah. So so both vacations were really fun for different reasons. Like the lake was really literally like a take a load off, unwind, and just chill. Like you went back really recharged. Like but Beach Mountain was like active and touristy.
Yeah, I feel like when we came back from Beach Mountains, like we felt like I don't know, maybe for me, but I feel like I was a little tired after the vacation. I'm like, I just went on vacation, but I feel tired.
I think we did a lot. Like we was packing and stuff before we left.
Yeah,
we was packing and trying to move right when we got. Cause we had just moved in here, right? Yeah, so we packed and moved, got in here, and we had to finish moving when we got back. So it was like I think we had only slept in this place like what, one or maybe a couple nights before we went to Beach Mountain.
I think only one night
before we went to So we like we was doing a whole lot of packing and moving before we went, and then when we came back what, that Sunday.
Yeah,
and
we only had like 2 more days.
Two more days. So that Sunday and Monday we spent like. Well, I ain't gonna lie. Monday I didn't do nothing. I won't, because she did most of it because I drove both ways, so she just let me sleep Monday.
Yeah.
So when we first got back into town that Sunday night, we went right to the old apartment, did a whole bunch of packing and moving and throwing stuff away. Then we came back home here, and then so then the next day she just kind of let me sleep. Like she got up early, went out there and finished up whatever was. Needed to be finished up, and I just kind of slept.
I mean, honestly, it's like for me, like once I get into like my mode, like I'll be like, just let me be by myself. I got this. Like I'll clean, do everything.
I definitely slept. Like I was super tired. Like,
and I'm like,
through.
Yeah. So he was like, you need.
It was a long fucking drive. Like it just seemed so long.
Going there, you did a stop, but coming back, you didn't stop at all. We was straight 6 hours of just like straight down.
I think did we stop once?
Maybe one time to get gas.
I think we stopped like somewhere in Kentucky. No,
it was before Kentucky. It was like I think it was like maybe like Tennessee.
I know we stopped in Tennessee at Johnson City to fill up, and then did we drive straight from there? Oh yeah, see, I won't play no games.
Yeah, because we stopped. The reason you stopped in Tennessee because we went to get that Powell's.
We went to go to Powell's.
Yeah. And then from there you did not stop. You just kept going.
I was like, By
the time we got out of the car, my legs were just
she was about dead. But that's how I road trip. I'm like, yo. I don't stop. The only times when I have to stop and I be salty is because when I'm kind of tired, but I'm about to drive far, so I drink them energy drinks, and those be having my bladder on crazy. Like I be having to stop to pee, but I didn't have no energy drinks or nothing. So we was just like 6.5 hours straight. I was like, I am not stopping.
Yeah, we were communicating with his parents too, so we were like, we want to make sure that we both got into at least our area.
Yeah. Safely, so once we was in Kentucky and we didn't go over 75. I was like, I had the 275. I was like, it was getting trafficy. I was like, nope. Went around. I was like, nope. So yeah, we made that trip straight back. I was like, I am not stopping. She got out the car. She was just like, I've never in my life
I've never had
been in the car that long. Like me, I'm just like, that's normal. I remember I went to DC one time and I drove straight. The only time I stopped was like right when I got to Maryland. I got off, refilled my tank. So I probably drove for like a good 6.5, 7 hours straight. I refilled the tank and then drove the rest of the way. I was like, I don't play. I be getting in that car and be like, only time I stop is if I'm like, all right, I don't, and I'll gauge it. I'll be like, I'll look at my GPS, see how many miles I got left, look at the tank and be like, all right, maybe I should get off. Because sometimes when you don't know where you're at, you're like, all right, I don't want to get to like a stretch where it's like, there might not be an exit for a long time. You're like, shit, getting kind of low. Yeah. So like, let me get off.
Yeah. So
it's like, yeah, I don't want to get to that point. So I think that was a difference too, because it was a long ass drive. Like versus the lake was like 3 hours, so it was like double the drive.
But see, like at the lake, I drove there. because my sister-in-law, she was waiting for my brother or something like that, but then my brother's like plane got delayed, so then my sister's like, well, forget it, we'll just drive up the next day. So we were getting the first day. So I was gonna drive
before, so I was just.
You were tired, so I was like, I'll drive.
Like 10 or 11 or something.
Yeah, because we had we weren't allowed to check in until like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. So I was like, and he was like, he looked at me, he's like, I'm like, I got it. I'll get some breakfast.
I was like, I'm tired, so I think I was just like,
yeah,
we stopped at Dunkin' Donuts, got a couple sandwiches, and I was dead. I'm like, let me sleep this way because I was knocked out.
So yeah, I drove up that way, and then when we went to Beach Mountain, I let him drive because I was like, I'm not driving. I'm not driving. You're driving this thing. I'm not driving. All right, let's do one more.
All right.
I should have spit it all out. Like,
no, man, get one. Took mad cards. Just all this hell. Why do you feel proud or embarrassed when you tell your friends of what I do at work?
I wouldn't say I'm embarrassed. But I wouldn't say like I'm proud either. It's weird. Like, when I think they asked me, because when you get in a relationship, they ask you, oh, what does your boyfriend do? Blah blah. I'm like, yeah, he's just a cook. I mean, he loves to cook, so he's a cook. I'm like, he works with children, and he's a cook. I was never like embarrassed or like proud of it. I was like, oh, that's what he wants to do. And then now when he got into a lead, I'm still the same way. I'm like, oh, he's just a lead at children, at Christ and whatever. And they like, oh wow, like I don't know. I think I'm not embarrassed or proud. I'm more like frustrated because I'm like, why are you asking me stuff? Like, I'm sorry, is he not a lawyer? Like, is he not good enough for you? And I get more on the defense side of it. I'm like, you're not married to him. I'm married to him. So I care what he wants to do. And right now, and also like we've talked before, like this is not his forever job. He doesn't want to do this for a long time, but I'm going to support him because that's what is paying his bills and our bills. So I'm going to support him no matter what. So for me, I'm like, what does it matter to you? Like, you're not living with them. I am. So what's up? What's good? So.
Me? Neither. I'm just like, it's a job. Like, I don't put labels on good job or bad job. Like, if it pays your bills, if that's what you're doing at the moment, no matter what it is. I mean, I'd rather you be working than not working. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. Same. Like, I'm not. What is that basket look like? It's almost about to fold. Yeah. You can take some of that shit out of there. I never noticed that before. I was like, whoa.
I noticed that like as of like the last 2 days. I was like, oh, this is
like a basket that sits like this, but it's like I'm like, oh, that basket look like it's about to collapse. But yeah, not proud or embarrassed. I'm just like, it's a job. You know what I mean? But now I'd be like, my baby's a behavioral health specialist. What's up? And yeah,
I don't have a quote of the day. I'm sorry. I'll get one next year. I mean,
damn, she said, fuck 2022.
I get one next week. I'm sorry.
2023, we got you. Sour Patch Kids. First they're sour, then they're sweet. That's your quote.
Boom. There you go.
Bang.
Bang, bang.
Bang on their head tops. All right, let's go. Why'd you get so scared? You looking for a quote on there?
Yeah, some of the tea had a quote, but they don't have, not this tea.
Get a Dove chocolate. That's a big quotes in there. All right,
good job. We're done.
We out of here. We gave you guys almost an hour 30 today. That's rare. We don't usually love you guys that much. So
he speaks for himself. I love y'all. So keep subscribing to us. Go subscribe to y'all. Go subscribe. Go subscribe to Yahshua the Observer on YouTube. Go subscribe to.
That's what you get for shushing me. Subscribe to curly headed diabetic. There's no Maggie on that, right? It's curly headed diabetic. Got you.
Yeah.
Yahshua the Observer. So mixed up. Shout out to our day one listeners. We know you guys are out there. So Ron, Shavante, Phil, Lydia, Prophecy. I see you out there. All right.
I'd be like, just the only person I know, Phil.
Richie. I don't know if I said Richie or not.
No, you didn't.
I said Richie. What's up, Richie? He's the one that loves the ranch. So.
Hello.
Yeah. Shout out to y'all, all the other ones who listen as well. We just know that
those are the ones that comment
they're
down
always
below.
in our comments and stuff, so we know they exist.
Me mugging y'all.
She mean muggy, you know. So, all right, guys. Feel good to be back. We'll see you guys next weekend. It'll be her birthday. What? Actually, it's gonna be. We'll get you next weekend. We're not taking breaks because I know we got a lot of shit to do next weekend, but we're gonna squeeze a pod in there. We got you. So we'll catch you guys next weekend. Deuces. Remember how to end this shit. Hold on.